You've done the therapy and soul searching, and you know that divorce is the right decision. Now what? I'm Jeanette Soltys, founding attorney of Atlanta Holistic Family Law, and this video will give you a roadmap of the next steps to take. These 6 steps are assuming that you don't have an emergency situation like family violence, and you can take some time to plan. So step 1, gather financial documents. This is especially important if you are financially dependent on your spouse or if you've had limited access to finances. Don't do this in a way that will draw their attention. It's okay if there are accounts that you cannot get statements together for. Just gather everything you can. Second, gather other important documents. Make sure that passports, birth certificates, social security cards for yourself and the children are in your control. Third, make sure you have access to money. Again, this is especially important if you are financially dependent on your spouse. If you don't have a credit card in your own name, apply for one. Talk to family and also friends to see who could help financially if needed. Open a bank account in your own name and put some money into it. Now, I know that some of you feel like you would be sneaky if you did these 3 things and like you'd be doing something wrong. And you should plan to be the person to take the high road. And you're not going to do anything sketchy with these documents or funds. But you are about to break some big news to your spouse, and they could have an explosive reaction. People tend to behave at their very worst during divorce, especially right after finding out about it. So you need to make sure that you aren't left in a dire situation if they cancel cards or drain bank accounts. The 4th step, know your options for resolving your divorce. You may think the best next step is to tell your spouse and then decide together the best process to resolve your case. But it's better to have researched first and know your options before you break the news to them. You don't know exactly how they are going to react, but you can count on it being a negative reaction. Maybe they will yell, cry, or even try to manipulate you. It's hard to research and then be making decisions in the midst of an emotional reaction from your spouse. This is why I advise you to do your research first and then have the conversation with your spouse. The step of knowing your options for divorcing is where it now can get kind of confusing. Do you try to do your own paperwork? Do you go to a mediator and not use lawyers? Do you lawyer up and file the divorce before even telling your spouse? Or should you consider a collaborative or amicable divorce? You must research all of these so you know what type of professional to hire to guide you through the process. Don't just run out and hire a divorce attorney without knowing what services that attorney offers, because they're not going to walk you through options that they don't provide. I'll be posting more videos going into detail on each of these options, so keep an eye out for these. Now, your 5th step is once you decide your preferred option, then research divorce professionals and have a consultation if you plan to hire an attorney. The attorney may have some advice specific to your situation on additional preparation or considerations before you tell your spouse about the divorce. Then the 6th and last step is tell your spouse. And because you've done your research, you can then alleviate some of their fears and show them that you want to do this in a fair, amicable, and low-stress way. Then you can ask them to look into the method that you prefer to resolve the divorce. You can also suggest that the 2 of you meet with a therapist to talk about keeping the divorce amicable and moving forward in a positive way for both of you. Watch my next videos for details on the various options for resolving your divorce. Many attorneys don't offer all of these services, so educate yourself first before searching for a lawyer or a mediator. Thank you.